Okay, we're visiting retailers this morning. I'm with McEntire and Todd Stevens. They are partners in Dalton Wholesale Floors in Adairsville, Georgia. And gentlemen, it's great to have you on the program with us.
Thank you.
Now, beautiful store, absolutely beautiful store. How long you guys been in business?
12 years.
And I guess if you're from Dalton, a lot of people decide they want to be in the floor covering business because it makes sense. Is that why you guys did?
Yeah, it's both of our paths, I guess, kind of led to the flooring by different ways, but yeah.
I gotcha. How would you, let me ask you first, just to describe your business. How would you describe this business?
Very diverse. Try to do
For about a quarter property management, quarter e-commerce, about a quarter retail, and probably a quarter wholesale.
and commercial.
Yeah.
I see. And did you point at each one of those and decide you're going to develop that, or how did that develop?
We kind of evolved with it. We originally probably started with a
Mostly wholesale.
wholesale / a little bit of walk-in retail, and when the economy kind of went down, we ended up getting into some multifamily. Some of the customers that we were selling that would line up their own installation, and then we kind of grew into that, which therefore grew into some other opportunities.
I see. Talk about your online. I mean, I noticed you've got two websites, and I guess that was, one is because of an acquisition that you have. Talk about your approach online and your whole philosophy towards developing business online.
We bought an existing site that was a really well-known site, and it's been a great acquisition. We're doing over $500,000 a month with that site.
Interesting. Now, the geography of that, are those people from all over the country? Are they mostly local, or how's that fall?
The two, like you said, we have two different sites. The one site is,
For a retail store.
yeah, it's kind of geared to bring people here and to give them information about what we do to try to bring them in. The other site is pretty much, like you said, across the country. It's more of a primarily right now hard surface site. We're trying to grow that into some
Carpet tiles and some other rugs and other things, but it's 99+% hard surface, and it's over 20,000 page site. It's really comprehensive. Our guys are really good at that. They doing that.
So this is a kind of a setup where the sales really take place over the phone. The site gets them to your people on the phone. I mean, it seems like it's awfully hard to sell floor covering any other
We
way.
get a few orders in a cart. People order it directly out of cart, but mostly they call in and speak to someone and order over the phone.
What's your take on the local people here in Dalton and in Georgia, basically in the business like you are? Are they effective online, would you say, as a general rule?
No. There's one other really good site, but it's not one of the main retail guys in Dalton. Most of those guys don't have a strong internet presence.
Why is that? They just haven't evolved into that yet, or?
I think a lot of them have tried, and we tried for years. It's a really complex way of doing business, and you have to really be good at that certain aspect.
You about have to hire somebody to work just that page.
Well, and they got to really know what they're doing. I mean, it's a totally different than typical flooring.
It seems surprising to me, and I've talked to a lot of people up and down 75, that they're not more effective than they are online. That seems surprising to me.
What I believe, we both have talked about this, and we don't want to do this. 2 heads, 3 heads, 4 heads are better than one. I think a lot of people get comfortable and the way they do business, and I feel that it's always going to be evolving. You better be able to evolve and go as your consumers learn shopping. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of people get stuck in the way that they used to do, or a comfort zone. And we pretty much feel if you're not always trying to expand, looking for new ways, you're going to get left behind.
Yeah.
We probably took some chances doing that, but that's just the way I look at it. If you don't, somebody else will.
Well, and the expertise is there. It's not that you have to reinvent the wheel. You know, there are people that know what they're doing, and
But it's,
The problem, we get somebody that's really good at internet and that can relate it to the flooring industry, I guess is probably the issue. And it takes a lot of money and time
yeah.
for it to pay off, so I don't know if a lot of the companies are investing long enough, you know, for it to.
yeah.
Some of the major guys up there do have a pretty good site, but it's not, it's still not a major player in internet sales.
Well, it seems to me, I hear numbers up from 85 to 95% of people that buy floor coverings start on the internet. So they're going to come across some site at some point before they make a decision. And that's where you have to capture them and do it quickly, it seems to me.
Yes, sir.
You want to get them in order to get them to come in.
Exactly.
Most people do will
Start their shopping online.
online. It don't mean they buy online, but they
Yeah.
will start the process.
Right, and somebody will enamor them enough to get them to buy, whether it's in the store or however.
Online.
Yeah,
Yeah, some people are just not comfortable buying online, but the millennials is
Yeah.
your big area. They shop online and then purchase online.
now I imagine that a lot of the customers that you've developed online are repeat customers over and over and over again, aren't they?
We've got a few on our e-commerce, but most of it is new business.
Is it?
But saying that, once we get a customer, especially if it is a builder slash, we do whatever we can to retain that customer. To me, any business is referral. Once you get them and keep them and take care of them.
It just seems like that type of customer is not the type that does shop online, the ones that are regular builders or whatnot, but we have a lot of them on our retail side, but the e-commerce is not a lot of them.
Okay. Now you've got a beautiful store, absolutely beautiful store. To talk about that, is that you guys designed that, or how'd you get from here to there on the layout and so on?
Walkin show.
We did the layout as far as how the store was designed, offices, the walk-in pass. Then we had Mohawk do a design as far as where
Put displays and
displays
lighting.
and, yeah, and the
We're a
lighting.
We're a Mohawk Color Center elite dealer and a Shaw line dealer, and they had, some say in
And you're also an Armstrong
the elite dealer.
elite dealer. That's unusual, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially with Shaw and Mohawk to be both, but, and there's not many Armstrong elite, just a few in the state, I think.
I also noticed that you have some of the higher end product right at the front door. I notice a lot of retailers don't do that.
We listen to Mohawk and Shaw a lot, and they're marketing people, and that's the way they suggested to do it, so.
Well, you can always move down, but it's awfully hard to move up, I guess. Do you see that with your walk-in traffic, that you sell more or you get higher tickets because of that?
Yeah. What we stress to do, almost like how you were talking about your previous experience with another, is to qualify when they come in, ask them what they're looking for, any particular style or design, and then try to go from there. But
This new showroom with all these displays, our average selling prices went way up. We're probably making better margins, and we're selling a lot of higher end goods. Our previous showroom, we didn't even have a lot of displays. We sold mostly stock and
Okay, now that's the building next door?
right next door.
Okay, now you use that as a warehouse now or something?
A commercial showroom.
Okay.
Our old showroom.
I wasn't sure which building to come to when I came, but there was two stores right next to each other, both with your name on the front. Your walk-in here is mostly residential?
for the walk-in.
Well, we get a lot of our repeat wholesale type business that walk in also. I mean, that they come in on a weekly or monthly basis and buy. But we get a lot of retail walk-ins as well.